All right, what's up guys? Today I just wanted to make a really quick video as a PSA about if your pickleball paddle is broken and if you need to replace it. This is something that over the last year I thought most people knew, but I've had several experiences in the last few months that have made me realize not enough people know that this is a problem or that their paddle might need to be replaced. If you don't already know what I'm talking about, that would be core crushing of your pickleball paddle. Now, this is largely only a problem with thermoformed paddles. There might be a few cases here and there where it happens on something that isn't thermoformed, but by and large, if you own a thermoformed paddle, there is a chance your paddle can have this issue. And really quick, if you don't know which paddles are thermoformed, there are a lot of them, so I'm not going to list them all, but those would be paddles like the Yola Perseus, Yola Scorpius, 6-0 Ruby, 6-0 Double Black Diamond, 6-0 Black Diamond, Legacy Pro, Vatic Pro, Volair Forza Mach 1, Volair Forza Mach 2, and the list goes on and on. You can generally find out if a paddle is thermoformed on the company's website because they will usually tell you that it's thermoformed. When your paddle becomes core crushed, it puts it out of spec and will hit significantly harder than it was intended to. Now, while the game might be more fun for you because your drives are absolute rockets, the game is usually a lot less fun for everybody else on the other side of the net. And now, thankfully, it's really easy to tell if your paddle is core crushed. If you take your thumbs and press right around the sweet spot on both sides, if you hear a crunching sound, kind of like glue crackling, that means your paddle is core crushed and you should replace it. Now, if you're curious what that sounds like when you press on the center for that crackling noise, it'll sound like this. So that's kind of what the noise sounds like, but again, it's generally pretty obvious, and sometimes this will happen in stages. If you've had your paddle for maybe a little bit, you might hear a tiny bit of crunching, but not much, and then as you use it more and more, typically in colder environments, you might start to hear it more and more where that crunching gets a lot louder. The louder the crunching is, the more broken your core is and should probably be replaced immediately. Now, the reason I specifically wanted to bring this up is I cannot tell you how many times I have been at some type of rec play and someone on my team will be playing against a core crushed paddle and they start getting really, really annoyed because of how fast the ball is coming. And then eventually they just let it all out very angry and they're like, dude, why haven't you replaced your paddle? This is ridiculous. You're cheating, blah, blah, blah. And every single time I have ever watched this happen, the other person didn't even know what core crushing was or that their paddle was broken. So if you ever play against someone and they have no idea what's going on, you can send them this video if they need any proof that their paddle is broken. But oftentimes, there's no need to get upset. If they know that it's broken and they're aware of it and continuing to use it, okay, do whatever you want, but most of the time, in my experience, they just don't know. Now, if you're curious why core crushing makes your paddle hit so much harder, it's because the core can flex more than it was intended to, so the ball will sink in further, and then it kind of explodes off the face like a trampoline. I can actually show you a video clip of the core with me pushing my hand into it, and then another one that is not broken, and you can see that my paddle does not flex on the not core crushed one, but on the core crushed one, it does flex. So yeah, that's really all there is to this. Again, this largely only applies to thermoformed paddles, and it has gotten better in the last year. However, there are still a few brands that seem to have not figured this issue out. So just be aware that there might be paddles on the court that are core crushed, and you can kindly send them this video if they don't know what it is. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.